My goal is to clarify the terms used, the terms radical, fundamentalist, terrorism. These are Western qualifications. If you grew up as a Muslim, as I did, we didn't have those terms until much later. I find in Islam 3 dimensions. One is spiritual, one dimension is social, the other dimension is political. Most Muslims start out with Islam or within Islam in its spiritual and social dimension, and terms like jihad come about in the political dimension. Jihad, shaheed, and caliphate, these terms don't feature that much in the spiritual Islam. Examples are the Sufis, some of the Alawis, some of the Sunnis even. Islam social, Sharia is only applied as a legal concept to family affairs, to marriage, to divorce, to inheritance, sometimes to relations with unbelievers. Homosexuality is condemned, and business, doing business or work, those who really are very observe the social dimension of Islam try to abstain from the haram, for instance, selling or buying alcohol. Violence. Violence in social Islam is rare among the educated urban classes. It's more common in rural, low-income, low-educated communities with strong religious and tribal sensibilities. But that violence is mainly directed inwards, especially to family members who break or overstep the boundaries, particularly women. Sometimes there are skirmishes with non-Muslim minorities when relevant. In such cases, Muslims will side with fellow Muslims, but they will not call it jihad. One interesting thing to note, often parents may adhere to the spiritual or social aspects of their faith, but their children can be politicized, so that you see a huge gap between parent and children. Now, what were the direct effects on me and my classmates? The message was familiar. She provided a sense of direction. We had a sense of solidarity. It was us against the enemies of Islam, particularly the Jews. We saw pictures, bloodied pictures of children from Palestine, fellow Muslims who were killed, who were tortured, who were raped by the enemies of Islam, the Jews. We saw pictures, propaganda of what America was doing to fellow Muslims in places like Iran, Afghanistan, Chechnya, places we had never heard of. I'm going to leave you in my last 56 seconds with the question, was this now something that happened only to me, as many of my opponents accuse me and say, but you're only projecting your own traumas on Islam, or is it something of a larger scale? The point I want to make is it is huge in scale. It spans over continents, over cultures, it spans over different languages. It is growing in scale, in duration and in intensity. It's driven by state actors, by non-governmental organizations, some of which are violent, some of which are non-violent. They share the same goals, but ultimately, they share the same goals, but they differ in their approach to the means. I'll save the rest for the discussion. Thank you.